So, I need a PC. I am in desperate need of a PC. But if this video is out, it means I've successfully built my new PC, which technically isn't new since I built this in 2025 and I'm uploading this video a year late, but that's irrelevant. I've been stuck using an all-in-one for the past 5 years, which meant I could only play games like Minecraft, Roblox, and that's it. I mean, that PC had an i3 10th gen Intel CPU and it was running Intel UHD graphics, and I couldn't even add the GPU because it's an all-in-one. So I decided that it was finally time to get a new PC. I had two main goals in mind. The first is that the whole setup had to be below £700. The second is that the PC had to be able to run AAA games at medium to high graphics at 1080p. Since the whole setup had to be below £700, I'm going to subtract 135 because of these four main peripherals. The monitor, which is the Corsair 24-inch 1080p monitor, and it runs at 165Hz. The keyboard, which I got the Newman GM 326 mechanical keyboard. It has red switches and this is how it sounds like. The speakers, which were some off-brand speakers. And finally, the mouse. A fake Razer mouse which I got from AliExpress along with the CPU.
Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Yeah, that's how broke I am. So now that that's out of the way, I only had £565 left for the PC itself. And I'm so lucky I built this last year, because if I had to build one now with that budget during the memory shortage, I just wouldn't be able to. Anyway, for the RAM I got the Corsair Vengeance LPX 2x8GB, which is clocked at 3200 MHz, and it only cost me $13.99. And for the SSD, I got the Crucial P3 plus 1TB, which only cost me $59.99. I'm so thankful I built this last year because you don't even find these prices on the used market these days. So now I'm only left with £475, and obviously I couldn't do an AM5 build because it costs too much. So I went for AM4. And yeah, I wasn't future-proof, but AM4 is still king, especially these days. Search up any video on YouTube for a build under $1,000 and everyone uses AM4 in 2026. This meant I had to buy an AM4 motherboard, and I bought the MSI B550M PRO-VDH Wi-Fi, which cost me £100. This is a great motherboard because it was cheap and still is, plus it has 4 RAM slots, which means I can upgrade my RAM to 32GB in 2 to 3 years when the prices drop down. The CPU I paired with the motherboard was the Ryzen 5 5600, which I got from AliExpress at just £67. That's like half the price of a new one today. However, there was a problem with the CPU, which I'll tell you later on in the video. To cool the CPU, I bought the cheapest CPU fan I could find, which was the Thermalright Assassin 120SC, and it was $15.90. It might be cheap, but it works perfectly fine. Cooling my CPU down to 30 degrees whilst idling. For the power supply, I also went with the cheapest one I could find, which was the Corsair CX650W 80 plus bronze. It was $47.69 and honestly not one of my best choices. And it's rated tier C in the PSU tier list, but it does the job and my PC hasn't exploded yet, so it's fine. And finally, the graphics card, which is the RX 6600 XT. I bought this used on eBay for around £180, which was a good deal at the time and still is, since GPU prices are rising. Mine goes for around £200 since it's a red devil card. Also, I only realized a week ago that I could change its color, which is nice. This GPU runs every game I need to play on medium to high settings at 1080p, which was exactly what I was looking for. I did hear some coil whine recently, but that doesn't affect the performance, so it's alright. Oh yeah, I forgot about the case. I just bought some off-brand case on Amazon for £45. The airflow is good and it comes with 4 fans pre-installed, so it was easy to work with. Although one thing is that it doesn't have a USB-C port, and a lot of tech uses USB-C ports these days, so I have to use a USB-A to USB Type-C cable. So after months of research, the total came out to be £577 and £55, which is a bit higher than my budget, but I had to so I could get the best performance possible. Editing me here. This is how much the PC would cost if you bought it today with the same exact parts, with the same exact sellers. Not the GPU though, because I bought it from eBay, so I'll just put that £190. So I ordered all the parts, but I made one mistake. I trusted the AliExpress shipping. I mean, it clearly said fastest delivery, so I thought that the most amount of time it would take would be like 1 week, if not 1.5 weeks max. But no, they took 28 whole days, basically a whole month, just to ship my CPU. And let me tell you why that was bad. I had to go abroad on a holiday for a month, meaning I only had 1 week to enjoy my new PC. So let me give you some advice. AliExpress is very good to get cheap CPUs, but order them them as early as you can because their shipping takes ages. You're gonna have all your PC parts and then have to wait for the CPU, which is what happened to me. Anyways, after all the parts came, I assembled my PC. I struggled plugging in the USB connector as I wasn't putting in enough force on it, but then I managed to get it in. I thought I broke the USB ports, but thankfully they all worked fine. Then I obviously downloaded Windows and installed all the drivers. And once I had Wi-Fi, I downloaded games on it. But the next day, whilst I was playing Rocket League, my PC crashes. And it crashes again and again, randomly. So I decided to take a look into BIOS and I realized that my SSD wasn't showing up. So I took off the side panel on my PC and then the GPU and saw that the SSD wasn't plugged in properly. It was bent and some parts of it had thermal paste attached to it, but some parts didn't. So I plugged it out and then back in properly. And there we go. Finally, the PC doesn't randomly crash anymore. Here are some of the games I benchmarked, but I'm only going to try the ones I've got downloaded because I'm too lazy to download new games. So this is me benchmarking Rocket League. As you can see, it's stable at 165 FPS. I don't see any problems with the temperatures as well. The GPU is at 30 degrees and the CPU is at 40, which is great. I think I maxed out the settings as well. I'm locked at 165 FPS because I've changed some settings which don't allow me to go higher than my monitor's refresh rate. And this is me benchmarking probably one of my least favorite games. I don't really like this game and the only reason I would play it is to play with friends. No hate to those people who like it, but it's just not my choice, honestly. And as you can see, I'm getting 165 FPS in a creative map. Now I'm benchmarking Minecraft and this is how long it takes to load up a world with some FPS optimization mods. As you can see, my CPU is reaching 55 degrees and in game I'm stuttering quite a bit. Also, this is one of my favorite games. I've got too many hours on this game, way too many hours on this game. But you can't tell me this game isn't beautiful. Just look at that view. It's so beautiful. And for Battlefield Red Sec, I'm not even gonna speak. I'll just let the clip talk about this. My PC just crashed whilst I was playing Battlefield 6. I was benchmarking and it just crashed. What? I'm gonna have to take a look into this.